myself. We're going to be doing a little quick recap on NFL Week 1 player props and how we did. And then we're going to be going over Week 2 player prop picks and what we like here, coming to you live from the Insider's Room. So we're going to go ahead and have Rye started off here with a quick recap of his Week 1 picks. And then we'll jump right into what his picks are for Week 2. Go ahead, Rye.
Yeah, so last week we had that we both had the Jalen Hurts rush yards, and that one cashed. My second pick was the Miles Sanders catches over 2.5, which was also a cash. And then I forget what my third one was, but it cashed.
All right. Good deal. Week 1 recap over here on my side. I also had Jalen Hurts, so we were kind of there together. I also had Christian McCaffrey over 44.5 receiving yards. Christian McCaffrey ended up with 83 receiving yards, so he smashed that number there. And then good old lucky Joey B here threw that bomb at the end of the game, got us to 261 passing yards, so just squeaked out a win there. So from the Insider's Room, Wrycape and Bowser, myself, we went a perfect 5-0 for Week 1. So looking here at Week 2, Ryan's going to go ahead and rattle off his first one. So we'll go ahead and start with this.
Yeah, first one for the Houston Texans. I like Mark Ingram over 38.5 rush yards. He had 26 carries last week, so that shows me that he's the lead back. That's like they want to give the ball to him. He had 81 yards. I'm not going to say that Jacksonville has a great run defense, but 81 yards on 26 carries is decent for a team that wasn't expected to move the ball well at all. So even if he's not the lead back, which I doubt will happen, he'll probably be. If he gets half the touches that he got last week at the 40 mark, he gets 3.3 yards, and he goes over anyway. Chiefs didn't run the ball much against Cleveland, so it's hard to go by what they did last week, Cleveland defensively. But they let Hilaire have 43 yards on 14 carries. So I like Ingram to go over the 38.5 rush yards here. I actually like him to go way over.
All right. Next one.
My next one is Juju Smith-Schuster over 52.5 receiving yards. He had four receptions last week for 42 yards. Buffalo's a good defense. Deontay Johnson had a good game, so I expect Oakland to be covering him more and Juju to have a bunch of chances to get over this 52.5. I think Ben will look for him against this bad Oakland secondary. They like guys. Sammy Watkins burned them for 96 yards on Monday Night Football. I think he's going to make some plays in the middle of the field, and he should easily get to this 52.5.
Perfect. We'll move right on to the next one.
And then I have David Montgomery for the Chicago Bears over 59.5 rush yards. He ran for 180 yards on 16 carries against a good Rams defense last week. I expect him to have the same workload. Bengals played defensively against the run very well. They only gave up 61 rush yards to Dalvin Cook, but I think that was more of Minnesota not really being able to move the ball against them rather than Cincinnati having a great run defense. So I expect Montgomery to go over this 59.5 rush yards. I think he'll get a lot of work in this game. Should be close, too, so he should get his chances.
I really like that one, too. I really like Montgomery to go over that 59.5 there on the rush yards. Looking ahead for Week 2, I thought I found a pretty good couple lines here. I'll go ahead and share those. So the first one that I was really looking at was Jonathan Taylor's receiving yards over 15.5. Last week, he actually had his career high in receptions there. He actually received 6 receptions, and Hines also received 6 receptions. The Colts are going to be going up against the Rams. Rams have a phenomenal front four defense there. So look for Carson Wentz to get the ball out of his hands pretty quick here. I would look for Jonathan Taylor to be a continued part of that passing attack. especially at the dump downs, get it out of his hands fast. So that way he just get murdered by number 99 right up in the middle. So again, Jonathan Taylor over 15.5 receiving yards. My second one, I'm going back to CMC, Christian McCaffrey. The line's still not set right here. It's pretty clear that Christian McCaffrey is a big part of their offense. I would look for Christian McCaffrey to average anywhere from 100 to 150 kind of all-purpose yards, whether that be a combination of his receiving or rushings. In the last game, he had 83 receiving yards. I would look for him to get his 6 to 7 touches here, and they are going up against the Saints. So if they are down here, they're going to need to be in the passing game, and that bodes well for Christian McCaffrey. My last and final one for week 2 here is going to be Amari Cooper over 5.5 reception yards. I really think that this is a steal here, where we're looking at a dismantled Cowboys defense here, which just means that Justin Herbert's going to have a field day. They're going to be up, which is going to force Dallas to have to throw the ball again. You're not going to hear much of Zeke. You're going to be looking at all of the receivers. Now, Michael Gallup did go down. They do have Cedric Wilson as the third option, but I don't know how much of a relationship is built there with him and Dak. So I'd really look for the ball to go to both CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper, with them potentially being down and underdogs here. I really like that number. So that's what we're looking at for player props for this week. Again, just as a quick recap, for week 1, we went 5-0. We're looking to continue that streak here in week 2. We appreciate all of our viewers joining in with us today for Two Dudes NFL Props and Picks edition. We'll see you guys next week for a quick recap of week 2 and then our picks for week 3. See ya.
Let's cash some tickets.
Let's cast some tickets.